and this year we are fully embracing winter and going through some easy setups for the house just to keep everything cozy, warm, and moving along smoothly as it is cold this weekend and a giant ice storm is going through the United States. Since we're here in the southern states, we didn't really get anything but a little bit of ice in the trees, as you could see. So, but I'm embracing it. You know, I'm using the weekend and the winter in general just to kind of get everything in order for lots and lots of hanging out in the house. And this morning I am doing a Saturday breakfast for everybody, so I'm prepping a grapefruit, and then we're gonna have, you know, full bacon and eggs and everything like that, just to kind of warm the house up and have something yummy for everybody to eat while we're all just hanging out for the long weekend. They've already canceled school, which is hilarious because there's probably going to be no ice or anything. But, you know, I love the family time, so it's going to be good. Kind of using the weekend as an organization for all our winter gear day. And so we have batteries, and I just wanted to check and see if the flashlight still worked and just things like that, just in case we lost power. I keep a lot of, you know, extra gear in the garage. I have it separated out by bins with all my flashlights and candles and camping gear and things like that. So I just wanted to go through and just make sure I'm not really, you know, stressed out about anything. But I like to have things like that on hand because we did lose power a couple of days ago just for no apparent reason. So, you know, just in case the lights go out, just so we have some supplies on hand. Just to, you know, keep the house running as smoothly as it possibly can. I tell you though, one of my big spring projects is going to be cleaning out of our garage. There's still so much in there and it just gets so dirty so quickly. We don't keep our cars in there. So we have a lot of, you know, Christmas supplies that are just in giant bins and, you know, just a lot of stuff that needs to be cleaned out. So next project in spring, as soon as it gets warm, garage done. I also have an apothecary cabinet inside that I keep tons of decorative candles in. So when all else fails, I can go to this little cabinet and pull some candles out of there, and it smells really nice too. Lots of water in the kitchen, just kind of, we never use it, but it's in there if we need it. I also always have some little kitchen projects that I'm doing. So I drink a lot of kombucha. I'm not sure if you guys know what that is, but you can buy it in the store. It's really good for your gut and probiotic. So you can make that in the house, and I've tried to make it before, have made it before. So I thought this weekend would be a good time to do that. And I don't know if you saw early on, but I'm also adding collagen to my coffee just as, you know, a little extra nutrient that I can do for nourishment for the winter. So, there's actually a Scooby. It's kind of like making sourdough where you have like a live starter. So I don't have one. So I'm going to mix the kombucha in there. So it takes a little bit longer. So that's probably a 2 to 4 week process, but we'll see how it goes, and we'll just keep it here stored and let it breathe a little bit. So my son was hanging out watching TV, and so I was going to go ahead and wash all of the blankets and get them ready and put them in the living room just so we had some extra warmth. And I checked to see that all the coats were hung up, so if anybody needed to go out or when school started back, everything was ready right in our front cabinet. And we have way too many games, so we kind of have them scattered around. So, you know, electronics go out, we have something to do there. And also, I have my pantry that really needed to be cleaned out. There was some things in there that were getting a little out of date and unorganized. So I decided to go through and clean out my pantry and get that a little bit organized. These cabinets that I use for my pantry are actually my grandmother's, and it's really crazy because on the inside of the door, I think they are cabinets that are containers that were used to make scotch. So you can kind of see on the door it's labeled scotch there. So I just love repurposing things like that. So they kind of match the finish that was on our kitchen cabinets. So I know they're probably a little bit more rustic than I would like, but you know, just the history on them and being my grandmother's just made it so special. Another thing that I wanted to do is I do have some bins just to kind of keep a lot of the loose things in the pantry. So in the snack cabinet where I keep a lot of my perishables, some of the, you know, granola bars and oatmeal and things that are just kind of quick grab and goes, to save space, I threw everything in there. So I have a breakfast bin and then just kind of like a loose snack bin, and that keeps everything from kind of getting lost in there when we get low in the bag or, you know, want to finish those things up before I go to the store and buy duplicates. So I just keep those at the top, and I do have my pantry separated out. By the top is snacks and perishables, then I have some baking below that and some long-term storage on the bottom. And so you can see my baking, I keep everything in these large containers here, and then I have another bin that I keep some of the loose items in as well. Second side of my pantry is canned goods at the top, and then I have dry goods like rice and pasta, you know, corn, popcorn, things like that on the second shelf. And the bottom is a little bit of a catch-all, and it also has potatoes and onions and things like that, so some root vegetables down there, but mostly a catch-all just for extras and things like that. A winter goal of mine is to really kind of eat out of the freezer and pantry what we already have, just to kind of save money at the store, and again, not to double up on things. And you know, I find that we really have a lot in there that we can use, and sometimes I just need to go and get, you know, some fresh vegetables and things to add to the meal. But you know, using some of the meats and things like that that are already in there before they go bad and out of date is what one of my goals is for winter. So we're doing a pretty good job with that and just trying to keep that organized. So that's what we did for tonight's dinner. I had a salad bag in there and some extra fresh vegetables. So I put that together with some frozen vegetables, mixed vegetables, and some beef that we had in the freezer, just to make a really nourishing but not overly filling dinner for the weekend. And I think it turned out really nice. So wherever you are, I hope that you are having a fantastic winter and that you are staying warm and that everyone is happy and healthy, and that you're finding little systems to make your life easier and to make the winter a little happier. Thanks so much. Bye.